The Umarex Origin 22, let's check it out. Air rifles have been used for a lot of purposes since the late 1700s. The Lewis and Clark actually carried a Ghirardelli air rifle on their adventure all the way to the west coast. But also the Austrian army used Ghirardelli air rifles as their issued rifle. These were in 46 caliber. They had a lethality up to about 125 meters, and they were very effective and a lot faster to load than your flintlock or your percussion. Today we use air rifles just for plinking, to have fun, to get out for target practice, but also for pest control. But there are a number of different air rifles that are actually used for serious hunting, up to 50 caliber. Today we're going to take a look at the Origin 22. This is by Umarex. It's a 22 caliber air-powered rifle, and it gets up to about 1,000 feet per second. This is excellent to really get tight groups for accuracy, but it's also great for hunting small game, and it's a very quiet. One of the things that I love about an air rifle, and I keep these around because I like the low noise that it gives. You can put out a lot of ammunition. I mean, it's very inexpensive, and two, you can power it by air. This does come with its own pump, but you can have it filled at your local scuba shop. So really, for even long-term survival, this makes a great option to have on hand. And I want to thank GetZone.com for having Umarex send the Origin 22 for this test and evaluation. Guys, my love for air rifles started when I was a little kid with a little Red Ryder single pump BB gun. And taking that out to the woods, it really started my love affair with firearms. When I really got into guns and I really wanted to improve my accuracy, I got a break action pellet gun and just put a scope on it and shot it and really fine-tuned my shooting ability. And so really finding a really nice air rifle is going to give you a lot of advantages. One of the great things about an air rifle too is that you can shoot this in your backyard, even if you're in an urban or suburban setting. And so it gives you some capability to be able to practice and to shoot no matter what the condition is. And so that to me is just a huge plus. But when it comes to owning an air rifle, guys, this is a useful tool. Not only does it help you train, not only can you shoot this in multiple places, but also this is great for pests. You can hunt with this, with small game. And then, of course, if you up the calibers, you can really get even larger game. So this is the Umarex Origin 22. It has a really nice polymer stock that goes all the way through. Nice pistol grip. Very lightweight. Even though you see these double barrels, this is just really to add to the balance of the firearm. You do have a side cocking lever. This is really nice to have. I mean, it just naturally pulls right here. You have your safe and fire. It does not stay on safe once you cock it, which I like. It has a side cocking lever right here, so you bring it back. You can enter your pellet in one at a time, or it has 2 of your 10-round magazines, which this is really convenient. It allows you to shoot 10 shots without having to stop and load every time. The magazine just fits right in here, and then when you bring it down, once it's loaded, you can just load each one right into the tube, and it's spring loaded, so it just continues to rotate each pellet. This is really an easy way to sit there at the bench instead of breaking down the barrel, instead of doing a lot of other activities that you have to do to load it. It just makes it really easy to get those 10 shots off, which allows you to really fine-tune your accuracy. You have a gauge right on the side of the rifle so you can monitor how much air pressure you have. Now this one, we've got it down to empty. We have shot this quite a bit. You can get about 40 shots once you fill it up. Mounted on the rifle is one of the Axeon 4-16 by 44 scopes. This is designed specifically for your air rifle. One of the things about air rifles is the recoil is different. I mean, it is a very low recoiling firearm, but this really has some great features all in itself, and you can really dial in at quarter MOA turns, and it's tactile, a really nice scope. And this really allowed us to get some really exceptional accuracy. The great thing about the rail system is that it is 11 millimeter, but it's also Picatinny adaptable. So you can put a lot of different ring options on here. Now this is actually what they call a pre-charged pneumatic rifle. And that means that you don't have to have so many pumps to be able to get this to full. And we're getting up to about 3,625 PSI on here. And again, it will give you about 40 shots. And it'll get up to about 1,000 feet per second. So you have a very effective air rifle. And this has the ever pressure tank system. So about 50% of this is already pumped up when you get down into this red area. And so it just reduces the amount of pumps. We have a raised cheek piece right here. We have a rubber butt pad. And again, we have a texturized pistol grip. And this is a fully adjustable trigger, but we found that this is coming in at about 2.5 pounds. So it makes it really nice to be able to get that shot just right, pull the trigger. It's a very crisp break. Now with the Origin 22, you do get your own pump, which is huge. And this is a really nice pump. I think these run about $150, and they are included with the rifle. You do have your gauge, you do have your hose that you can hook up for your field probe. Just pull back, it goes right into it, and then you can charge the rifle directly. And you can do this anywhere. Now one thing you can also do is you can take it to a scuba shop and you can have this filled. But this makes it really easy to sustain for a long time, knowing that you have the air power to be able to take care of it. But it also comes with a field probe, so this way you can pump this up anywhere. Guys, to fill up your air rifle, there's a small little port down here. It's covered. You just pull this back. You have your degasser right here if you want to release all the pressure. And then you take your standard field probe that's included. With the gaskets, you want to push it in. And once you have it in, now you can fill. Then you take your attachment for your hand pump, pull it back, get it on there, then it holds it in. Now you have your air pressure gauge right here above your side cocking lever. This way you can monitor your air pressure. Now for this tank to be full, it needs to go all the way up to 2.5 bars, which equals about 3,625 PSI. We've already got some pressure in here, which we've already been testing it, but you need to be at least in the green to get any full power shots off. But to fill it up, to get about 40 shots, you need to have it in that 2.5 bar. Now here's the hand pump. You'd actually assemble this. It's not that big of a deal, and you have instructions. And then you have your pressure valve right here that you hook in to your field probe. You have a footrest, you have a release valve in the back, and then you have your pressure valve right here. And we have the rubberized handles, which you're really going to appreciate after 150 pumps. So guys, it takes about 120 pumps from empty. And so you should never really get down to empty unless you degas or depressurize the rifle. And so we're just going to go ahead and start pumping. I'm not going to go through all of them, but it takes about 120 pumps. But you want to monitor how your gauge is going. So guys, here we are at the 2.5 pound mark. So we're going to go ahead and release our valve. Pull our probe out and hold on to that. Now we have the light 15.89 grain bullets, and then we also have the 18.13 grain bullets, and these are JSB match Diablos. And so you're going to take your magazine, and you'll notice that it's spring tension. Now you want to drop in your pellet with the flange at the back. So it just drops right in, and this is what will go through your firing pin. And then you just hold on to it and bring it on around. Then bring it on around, lock it in just like that, and you're ready to go. Has a nice ample cocking lever. Just go ahead and pull that back. Then enter your 10-round magazine. You want the clear part facing you. Drop it in, close it up. Now with a lot of air guns, they go ahead and push it to safe and you have to bring it back, but on this you don't. This is on fire. We've shot about 20 rounds and it's just under the 2 mark. This comes with a rebuild kit, so if you have any kind of issues with your seal, you can replace these. You have tools. All these tools are included. And then of course you have your owner's manual, you have some things about Umarex, you even have a CD that comes with it. So there's a lot of accessories to be able to back up what you've got, and you can maintain this over a longer period of time. So guys, if you're looking for an air rifle for plinking, for target, maybe to take your kids out, but also just to learn the basics of how to shoot very accurately, check out the Origin 22 by Umarex. This is an excellent option, and it does have a lot of features. With the pump, it just makes it very self-sustaining, so you can shoot this for a long time. And really, with the price coming in at $349, it's a great deal. Now, of course, you can find that at different distributors, possibly for less money. But when you add the pump, which usually runs about $150, this gets this down to a very reasonable price. And of course, obviously, the Axeon 4-16 scope, man, this is a great combination. And again, I want to thank GetZone.com for putting all this together with Umarex. Guys, if you're looking for a really strong Second Amendment video platform, GetZone.com is the best resource out there. Be strong, be of good courage. God bless America. Long live the Republic. But there's a lot of really cool features. But there's a nice just break action, pellet gun and pellet. I had a great, one thing that kind of has a nice ample cocking leather. So guys, if you're looking for a solid air rifle to be able to, and really with the price coming in at, and there's a lot of really cool purposes